Hello everybody, Defudge 3004 here. I am back in Space Engineers, and I was flying around on my big ship that I got into space with, and I found all of the ore, and I got it, but in the process, I ended up, one of my thrusters ran out of hydrogen, and so I had to go and drill a lot more ice to get more hydrogen so I could fly around. So what I thought I might do is go ahead and build a little driller on here and show you guys some of my favorite ways to build a driller and stuff, or my favorite drillers to build. So I did change the ship a little bit, because if you remember, there was just a landing gear right here in the middle, and so I just went ahead and put these 4 on. That way I have plenty of landing room, and then I can also connect these oxygen generators together, and then I can, have a container in the middle, one of these cargo containers in the middle, and then I can go from there. So I do have quite a bit of ore. I've been collecting ore, and I have the gold and silver and cobalt, iron, uranium, nickel, platinum, silicon. And so I think I got everything that I need. So stone, so because you need stone for some of the parts. So I am going to just go ahead and get some metal and start building the driller. And we're going to drill that way because I can use the ion thrusters for that, which are going to look a little different than these. I won't run out of energy near as fast. I don't have to worry about constantly having ice on me. So I am going to go and start getting this going, and I will check in with you guys from time to time and let you guys see the progress that I'm making and stuff, and I'll kind of get it set up, and then we will go from there. See you guys in just a minute. Okay, so I went ahead and make the cockpit, the oxygen generator, and the cargo container. And then from here, I'm going to start attaching like the pieces for the drills and stuff like that. And I'm probably going to have a 4 drills on here, a set of 4 drills with lights and everything, so I can see where I'm going and what I'm doing, a ore detector and stuff like that. And you guys remember from the rover that I built that, I put it in pretty much in this kind of configuration with stuff in like this kind of order, because that's the way that it seemed to work the best. So I'm going to continue working on this. I'm going to have conveyor tubes coming from here with the conveyor sorter, or the conveyor hub, and so I can get to that one from right here, and that should be one of these ones there. I could use a cargo container, but the conveyor will work just fine, or at least it should. So I'm gonna make sure, because I need to I'm gonna go and put a conveyor on and see if I can still access it, because I think I have accessible conveyors on there. If not, I will just put a cargo container on. So I will come back to you guys as soon as I get that far, and I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can find some of those ones. And there's the conveyors, and that will have all that I need on it. So make the smaller versions, like, yeah, why is it not making smaller versions? I guess that would be a small ship version that would go on the back of there. So I'm gonna have to find some smaller stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, so I put the conveyor hubs on right there, and so I'm gonna go ahead and start attaching some tubes to here. And what I'm going to do is pretty much have like 4 drillers, kind of 2 on the top and 2 kind of right here in the front. And I can have stuff also go through the middle of here with the cockpit, and that's kind of what this is for. When they were doing a build quite a while back, they added the functionality of being able to build stuff from the cockpit, and that's one of the ports that you would use to build stuff, so you don't have to always get out of your ship to build something. You can do it through the cockpit that you're in. So that kind of made it really nice. So I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to do this. So this is going to take a little bit of work, so I'm going to start getting this done, and I will be back with you guys as soon as I have kind of like the framework laid out for how I'm going to do this. Okay, so I have the drills on the front. I haven't got them totally built yet, but this is what they look like in the pre-build stage. And I just put a conveyor right there in the middle, right in front of the cockpit conveyor that I was showing you guys. And so right back here on this port right here where my cursor is, you can see right there that that's going to be a port, and I'm just going to take some tubes back and hook them up to here, and I can access these conveyors. So that means I can also get inside of here easier if this is blocked off. So that's going to be a lot easier for me to do. And then I'm going to put on the thrusters and the gyroscope and all of the other stuff that has to go on the ship along with the ion thrusters. So I needed the platinum for the ion thrusters. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue building on this, but I just want to give you guys an update on what's going on with this. And actually I'm going to have to probably put on a conveyor there because I'm going to have some up top that are going to be in the same place. So I kind of forgot about that, to be honest. Just going put a conveyor on right there, and I'll put another conveyor on right there, and then I can take these guys out like this. And then I'm gonna color these guys and stuff and get these guys ready to go. And I'm just gonna have one come down here, and now this is gonna be the hard part, is getting these guys turned just right, because you can see that there's a yellow area on these right here. You can see on the bottom there's a yellow, and on the top there's a yellow, or on the bottom and the side there's a yellow. So that's where it connects to things. So I need to go and turn it like that, and then this is always the hard part, is trying to figure out which way this thing goes. Okay, there we go, just like that. And then I should be able to take one over here on this side and just do the same thing, and then I'll just go backwards. Then I can just do it right like this. This is the easy part right here. It's some of the other stuff that's going to be a little bit more complicated. So I got that part built, and then I'm going to build all of these, and then I'll worry about coloring these guys here in a little bit, and building the driller and the drills, and stuff like that. So I'm going to go get some oxygen and hydrogen, and energy. I'll be back with you guys here in just a short little bit. Just thought I'd give you guys an update. Okay, so I got the framework set down for the tubes for the driller and stuff like that. So I have it connected up and down, and then all the way back to this cargo container. I did put on a second cargo container just to handle more ore and stuff, because we're gonna have to have a lot of ore if we're gonna be like building a base or a large ship or anything like that. So I went ahead and got all this stuff done. I haven't painted it yet. I will pretty soon, but I just want to get this built first, and then we can worry about the aesthetics and stuff like that. So I need to figure out where I'm gonna put all of the power and gyros and all that stuff. So let me just get in here and see how this looks. It's gonna be a little crowded in there, but I can always go to this view and really see how, it's gonna look from here. So, and inside it is gonna be a little tight, but I'll be able to see just fine. And if I feel like it's a little too tight, then what I can do is always just rebuild it, maybe make it a little bit higher or even a little bit wider or something, just by taking them out a little bit. But I think this will be just right, because that way the ship will clear in all the ways that I need it to clear. So as long as the drills stick out farther to the sides and like the front, then the rest of the ship will be able to make it in okay, and it needs to be taller than the ship. And the landing gear will be okay, because I can always go up and down to make the hole bigger, and plus these drills are pretty big. So I need to get probably some more parts for these. Yeah, I need more constructions and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to get quite a few more of those. So I'm gonna go and continue working on this, and then I just gotta decide the color scheme for it that I want. And I'm kind of thinking about something that I will do. So let me just see how many parts I'm actually going to need for this. Maybe if I just need the constructions, that won't be so bad. So and I don't think I actually welded up that piece up there yet, so I'm gonna have to go and check that out too. So up here, let me see. I don't think I did you yet. No, I did not. Okay. I am gonna go get some construction components. I just call them constructions because I know what they are. Once you get used to all the different words and stuff like that and what everything looks like, then you can, figure this stuff out pretty quickly for yourself. So that is the ship right there. It's coming along. I just built the frame for the base and stuff and started putting the ship on it. So that way that will, I can always take this out if I want to or need to. And when I said that I had found all the ore, I actually found an asteroid out here that actually has a really large deposit of uranium right here. And well, you can see that's the size of the ship right up there, and this is the size of the uranium. So you can see it's a really, really large deposit, which is what I wanted because you need lots of uranium. And every asteroid has iron in it, so I won't need to worry about that. But some of the other stuff, I'm going to have to look around and find stuff and, all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm going to continue building on this, and let's just see what all we can get done here. Okay, so I needed more construction components, so I just made those. So this is what these drills look like. They used to look different for the small ships compared to the large ships. The large ships always had this tri-drill thing on it, and the large ship just had like a thing with a bunch of spikes off of it that was kind of more like one of these heads on it, but kind of more spikier, and that's what it used to look like. But they have since made both versions the same. So I'm gonna go and build this one right here and build this one right here, and now you can see that what the drills look like. And now it's gonna look a little bit different from inside the ship because now we will have something to actually go by. That doesn't really look too bad. I think we can actually get by with that. It's not as much room as, I could always raise that up one more, and I'm actually half tempted to, because that would actually help out quite a bit in getting, visibility and stuff, and then I would be able to drill a bigger hole and stuff like that. So I may do a little rework on that, so hang with me here for just a minute and we'll start getting this stuff done. And we're making headway on this ship. I think it's going pretty good, and the nice thing is without the gravity you don't have to worry about it falling over and everything else, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to raise up these drills right here on the top just one more, and so I can just actually put like a curved tube right here and not have to worry about redoing all of this, because that would be a royal pain in the wazaloony. So I'm just gonna go and do that, and I'll keep putting that one in the middle and just raise these guys up by one, and that should give us plenty of clearance and stuff, and that's also gonna give us a lot more ore. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so what do you think about that? I think that's actually going to work out a lot better. That'll give me more room to actually drill through stuff, and you can put as many of these drills on as you want. There is a respawn ship that you can get that has one drill in the middle of it, and it's off the cockpit and stuff, and it's a pretty good, decent ship, but don't respawn in that ship unless you already have a ship that has an assembler and refiner. refinery because that one doesn't have anything on it but the drill. So there's a cargo container, a couple of them, and a little bit of stuff, but it doesn't have anything to help you out. So yeah, and I will probably be doing a little bit of a tutorial on ships to be spawning in and stuff besides that ship that we landed in originally when I started this series. So be on the lookout for that here pretty soon, and I will keep you guys up to date when, with all this stuff going on and stuff like that. So let's get inside and see how this guy looks. So that looks actually quite a bit better. Looks like I have more room now to be able to, get this stuff done. So yeah, I do like that a lot better. So that's actually going to work out pretty good, and I kind of have to leave these here to be able to feed into here, and I could take one back to here, but it'll actually feed through these two pieces here, so I'm not really too worried about that. I think that's actually pretty sick looking. Almost every one of these is different. Okay, so now what I thought I would do is, for whatever reason that I don't know, I generally make these guys blue for some reason. I don't know why, I just do. But I'm probably going to go and get this colored. I think what I'm going to do is probably make part of it blue and maybe part of it another color, or I don't know, it might be green and yellow for all I know. So I'm gonna get this thing going so I can get some stuff done before, time winds down. And let me see if I can get all the power and all that stuff on here. And I gotta watch out for enemies too. So the tab helps out a lot because you can see stuff that's around you really easily. So I'm gonna get the stuff on here, and I will be back with you guys as soon as I get more of this done. Okay, so I just got done making the conveyors white. Now I need to pick a different color, or at least I like a different color, for all of the other pieces. And I'll show you guys. So you press P, and that's the color picker. And then you can get your hue lighter or darker, and then your saturation for, the color, and then the value. So it can go even to black. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do, I know all the other ships are blue, but I want to try this nice bright blue right here. And then once you pick whatever color you want, and there's all kinds of different colors. I mean, you can even choose a purple if you want to, or a pink, or a green, or whatever color that you want to choose. But I'm thinking this blue right here, I think would look really good. And so you go up to the part that you want with a block in your hand. You have to have the block in your hand of whatever block you choose. That's irrelevant. Just choose a block, put it in your hand, and then you're going to be placing it, and then with your middle mouse button, click on the part, and then it turns that part whatever color that you want those to be. So, and only certain parts of things will be a color. You can't change some of the heads and stuff like that, but you can do quite a bit of the ship in these colors. And you can, I believe, shift click, and that will change a lot of the colors to be the same. So you can do that. I put the beacon right here, where this is, right where the green cursor is, or the meteor detector, and then the beacon is right over on the other side, and I put the gyroscope right there in the middle. So everything's kind of compact, and all these unbuilt pieces are actually thrusters, and this is going to need a lot of thrusters because it's going to be weighing quite a bit. But I wanted to be able to move fairly agilely, so with great agility if I can. So that's why I put on as many thrusters as I did, because as it gets heavier, it's going to be harder to move. Now I was thinking about maybe doing something a little different with the reactors and stuff, but for the main ship, I'm just going to have it be these colors, and I might do something different with the thrusters. I haven't quite decided yet. So that's how you color that. And so the ship is actually coming on really nice, and so I'm going to continue building on the thrusters and get this finished up, and then be taking it out on our maiden voyage. And I'm probably just gonna drill a bunch of uranium and maybe some iron and stuff like that we're gonna need a lot of, and I can show you guys that. So I'm gonna continue building this, and let's see what all we're gonna need to finish these thrusters. So I gotta make sure to have lots of parts: steel, construction, and thruster components, and that's the parts that I need to make, is the thruster components. So check my inventory. I have steel plates and constructions. I'm gonna have to build some more of those. So the thruster components. Let's go and look at the thruster components real quick. So go into your assembler, go to production, and then down here there's thruster components, and they take iron ingot, cobalt ingot, gold ingot, and platinum ingot. Not much platinum or gold, but quite a bit of cobalt and iron. So we need to make sure that the cobalt, it definitely is being done. Okay, I have quite a bit of cobalt here, so that's good. And excuse me, so I'm gonna see about, go ahead and this is the rest of the ore that I picked up. It looks like I have a lot, but once you start building a lot of stuff, it goes fast. So let me go ahead and build, I don't know, let's say about 20 of these. Let me see, let's do so control will build 10, shift will build 100, and shift and control will build 1,000. So I'm gonna go and hit control twice, and that should build 20 of those. And I know I'm gonna need more of these. I'm gonna need construction components, so that is these right here. And let me go and do probably about 30 of those or more. So, and then this should be just about done. So take that, and that. Now when you're in production, you can't take things out of this inventory. You have to go to inventory to take stuff out. So I'm gonna go get myself refilled here with oxygen and energy, and then I'll be right back. Something you can do too is you can color this stuff before you actually get it built. And so as you're getting ready to build stuff, you can just go and take your block, whatever color you choose, and just click on the items that you want to color, and then when you build it, it will be that color. So that's kind of nice too, if you already know, okay, I want this to be that color and that to be this color, and then the next time you log on, when you start building, you can go and do that. And it will, you know, be those same colors. Now, I'd like to try to leave room on here in case I decide to put other stuff on here and stuff, so that's why I left some gaps and stuff, because I never know if I'm going to need more thrusters or power or whatever, so that's going to help me out a lot. So now I'll go and show you guys here. So I'm going to actually turn off the light because it'll be a little bit easier for you guys to see. And then I'm just going to build, and there's a thruster right there, and it's almost done. And I made the thrusters red, and just like these reactors right here. So you can see how easy it is to actually build these, and it doesn't really take much. It's one of each part, but when you're dealing with this many thrusters, it takes a lot of parts. Now I still have to put ingots, uranium ingots in the reactors, but I just want to get this built before I do anything, just to make sure that everything's going to be okay. So, and we're definitely getting there. So yeah, this is coming along real nice. Like I said, every one of these is different, but I generally try to have 4 drillers on them just because you can get that much more ore that much more quicker. So, and generally you have to make sure it's a bigger ship, you know, with like more cargo containers and stuff, just to be able to do that. So the more that you do, like, you know, welding and grinding and stuff, the more your energy is going to go down quite a bit quicker than if you're not. So it's still going to go down pretty fast, but so yeah, I am gonna finish this up and get some uranium ingots, and then I will be with you guys then. Okay, so I got all of this built, and I put some ice in this back cargo container, and once I put the power in, it will automatically move it up to the oxygen generator here. So that way when I get in, I'll have oxygen, and I won't have to worry about always using the oxygen bottles that I have on my person here. So that's hydrogen, but the other one was oxygen. So I grabbed 40 ingots, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 10 in each. So I'm going to do that. 10. Okay, and now do you see the thrusters come alive? And I'm going to put 10 in here, and so on and so forth, all the way around these 4 of them. And if I need more, I can always put more reactors on here just to help myself out. So we'll see how this goes. It kind of looks like a fire truck in a way, a blue and red fire truck. So odd colored fire truck, but you know, it works. So gonna do that. And I like to put them in different ones so that way, you know, I could put them all in one, but the more reactors you have, the better off you're gonna be. So that's gonna help out a lot. So large reactor is going to help out more, but it's also quite expensive, and it's also very large. So I can, yeah, I'll go and show you guys real quick what a large reactor looks like, so you guys can see it. And so yeah, this is what a large reactor is going to look like. Now for jumping, you want a large reactor. Once you have the jump drives, you need a large reactor because these little ones will not power the jump drives at all. So if I ever do go jumping really far or whatever, I will have one of these on here. And that's going to give me a lot more power for one thing, but they also take a lot of power. So we got this done, and I see I forgot to color that. So let's go ahead and go to our number 4 block, and then we're gonna go back to here and we'll choose that color again, and then we'll hit OK, and there we go. Now our landing gear is the same, and I can put more landing gears on here in different configurations once I get this up in the air, or not air, but once I get this up off this landing pad and stuff. So this is the driller, and this is what it looks like. So now we need to go and do a little bit of drilling so that we have some resources and stuff. Not seahorses, resources. So getting here, I'm just going to press V to go to this view, and I forgot. I was going to put on lights so I can see what I'm doing, because it's going to get mighty dark in there, and yeah, it's going to be pretty miserable if I don't. So I am actually going to find the lights and put those on. So the spotlights are in here somewhere, and of course when you don't have all the extra mods and stuff, everything will be nice and organized and easier to find. But if you do have the mods, you may have to go through here a little bit to find them. So okay, and yeah, we can just go ahead and do something like this. I think I'll put one there, and of course I gotta build it and stuff, which means I need steel constructions and interior steel plates, construction components, and interior plates. And I just put that stuff away because I kind of forgot about it. So go and do that. And for the large ones, you need bulletproof glass and large steel tubes, and yeah, it's kind of, yeah, they are large, but they are really large, as you can see from this right here. This is how large they are. So, but on the small ships, they're not anywhere near as large. So I am going to go and do something like this right here, about right in the middle there, and I think that'll work out the best, except I can't put those on the conveyor tubes. I forgot about that. You used to be able to, but you can't anymore. So now I gotta figure out a place I'm gonna put these. I don't really want to put those on the outside. That's gonna block my view nice and well, right? Let me see where I can put these, and I'll be back here in just a jiffy. Okay, so now this is done. I got done everything that I think I need to on here that I can remember to. So I have the thrusters going up, down here, 2 on each side, so that way we can go up and down fairly quick. Going down, 2 on each side, going side to side, 2 on each side, and then 6 going forward and 3 going backwards. And I can always put 2 more right here if I need to, or I can even, you know, put some more back here or something. You know, I can put them back here if I need to or whatever, because I have thruster damage off, so it won't really affect anything. Alrighty, well, this is the driller, and let's go ahead and take it out and see what kind of uranium we can get. And okay, and the spotlights are on, so then I can see it's already detecting the ore. So let's go and see if we can carefully lift off and make sure. Okay, I'm a good ways away. So this guy should not be automatically locked on, but I'm gonna, yeah, it is. Let me just go ahead and change that real quick. Go to control panel and landing gear. Auto lock is off, and the spotlights I'm gonna go ahead and put in one group, so that way I know that they're there. And you can change their color here and what color they are, how the radius, the intensity, if you want them to blink, and you can change all kinds of stuff. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and label these driller lights. Because sometimes when you're on another ship, you're trying to find out which lights are which, and if they're connected through a connector, then they can be really hard to figure out which lights are which. And then what I'm going to do is go to my ion thrusters and label these guys. So let's go ahead and do driller thrusters. And then we will save this. Let me capitalize that first, just because I want to. Save that, and then the drills, we definitely are gonna have to, yeah, do them. And so we will just go ahead and we will name those drills, because I already know if they're gonna be on the driller. Okay, save that, and then we are going to go get out of this, and then we're going to go to G, and then we're going to go to groups. And for the drills, I'm just going to have them go on and off. For the thrusters, on and off, and the lights on and off, and then that's in that order. So when I press 1, that is what they look like. So you guys can see. So you see I already started drilling some. And so if we go to our inventory, I already have like a little bit of stone and stuff. And it will be moving. It's already putting it in the cockpit, but then that will eventually go back to the cargo containers and stuff. But okay, so now let's go ahead and get this guy lifted off here. Let's go to this one. That ship being crooked messes me all up. Cool. How do you like that, guys? This thing turns fairly quick too, so okay, now we can actually get quite a bit more stuff here, and this is going to help us out a lot. And of course, I'm going to leave the dampeners on. Now I won't have to worry about running out of ice and all that stuff, because on that ship I ran out of ice and ended up not being able to stop. I wasn't going very fast, but I didn't need to be going very fast, and so that kind of, you know, wasn't necessarily a good thing. But luckily I had it under control, and I knew what to do. I had to tip the ship all kinds of ways to try to get it to stop. So these drills are actually really tough, but you do still need to be careful. So a lot of times what I'll do is when I get close is, okay, you can see I'm like 20 meters away or so, and then I will just go to V, press Alt, and then I can see just how close I'm getting. And once I get up close enough to where they're about touching, press the 1, and here we go. Now we're drilling. How do you guys like that, huh? Ooh. Okay, let me turn this off and back up a little bit. Now I'm gonna go check that out here for a quick second and just see. Okay, it doesn't look like there were any parts that were actually flying off, but it looked like I got hit in the windshield by a piece, but and yeah, it didn't, I don't think it actually did, but it sure did look like it. So alright, let's go and do a little bit more and see what we can do here. Now let me see if it is actually moving. Yeah, see, it already moved from the drill to the medium cargo container. And you can see how it moves all this stuff. And so eventually these drills will get full. And then it will, once the cargo containers are full, it'll fill up the drills. So I already have 1,000 kilograms in there and 700 in the other ones. So let's go ahead and get back in and do some more drilling. You guys can see how this works. So yeah, this is actually the easy way to do it. This is the only way to drill. And these pieces here, they are not going to actually hurt us, but it makes it awfully hard to see what we're doing. So I understand why they put that stuff in, but sometimes, you know, it is kind of a pain. So just beware that you can break your drills if you're not careful. Just, you know, go slow and try not to jerk around too far. Don't go ramming in, because you will end up, you know, damaging your ship and stuff. So you can also make this a large ship variant if you want to. Just remember, it's going to be a large ship, so it's going to be harder to get into those little places if you want to, you know, get turned and stuff like that. So anytime you want to stop, press the button. They all stop unless you have them done a little bit differently. And let's see. So you can see I already have 10,000 in there, and what do I have in this one? Okay, there's nothing in there yet because it hasn't got there. But 8,000 in the cockpit, so let's just go ahead and kind of move this stuff down. So you can see I already have almost 20,000 uranium, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to get a little more, and then we're going to go get some iron, because iron is something that we do need a lot. And remember to use your up and down, which is space bar and C, to move around instead of just always tipping your ship up and down, because there's plenty of room here all around the ship for my guy to get in here and stuff. So, and if I do want to make it bigger, I always can, and I can just, you know, go side to side and stuff like that. I have destroyed a couple of ships, not being too careful with stuff, and, you know, so it does happen, and, you know, it does happen to a lot of people, so just so you guys know. Okay, so you can see we're moving fairly quickly, but that's because I also have a lot of thrusters, and I wanted a lot of thrusters. And there's our planet that we came from. So let's, moving nice and fast, and that's the part that I like. So you see down on the bottom left, you can see I'm actually, you know, picking up speed fairly quickly. Man, that sun's bright. Okay. It's weird that a star would be bright, right? Okay, let's find some iron, and I know it's somewhere on here. It's inside of it, and we're gonna try to find our way inside of this bad boy. Okay, that should be an entrance there. So what that tells me is there's the iron. I can go up here, and actually I can probably just do it like this. And I can always put more up and down thrusters on here if I need to. That'll help out a lot. So I did leave room on the back so I could put more up and downs if I need to and stuff like that, or back and forth or whatever I need, so that's not going to hurt anything. And, you know, sometimes you're thinking you're not going to be able to make it into some places, but for the most part there's going to be more than enough room. So alright. And this is magnesium. You guys haven't seen much of the magnesium yet, but this is magnesium right here. And so let's just go and get a little bit, because if we do any battles and stuff, we're definitely going to be needing some. So that should be magnesium, like right here. And try not to whack anything if we can at all help it. Okay, then we'll get in and start a drilling. So we'll need magnesium powder for any of the ammo and stuff that we get. And I know it looks like these pieces are fairly small, but a lot of this ore is pretty large chunks of it, so you won't have to worry about actually really running out. Maybe in one asteroid, but you can always find it in others. So yeah, you can see I'm going to have a lot of stuff. There's platinum in here, and iron, and uranium, so got a bit of stuff to keep us going for a bit. Then I can fly over to some of the other asteroids and get lots of gold and silver and cobalt and nickel and whatever else that I need. So this is actually going to help us out a lot. And ice, of course. So because when we make a base, we're going to have a, you know, with air inside of it and stuff. And I'd like to build it up in space just because it's my favorite place to be on this game. So I probably don't need like a lot of magnesium. Oops, meant to hit I, not F. So you can see we actually have quite a lot of magnesium. Look at that, 64,000. That's crazy, and that wasn't really all that long. And this one's full, and the cockpit is full, and this other one started. So you can see we have tons of magnesium. So let me just get some iron, because that's mainly what I came for. So you see the 4 drills will make a lot of stuff really fast, and you can you can end up weighing your ship down pretty easy. But we're gonna go through a lot of this stuff really quickly too. So okay, get close, and then we'll start drilling this guy and get some iron. Iron is used in just about every component, so you're going to need a whopping lot of it. And these drills will actually hold a lot too. I mean, these drills are pretty large. So you see they hold 33,000, as do the cargo containers. That's liters, so which is 91,000 kilograms. So yeah, this is going to weigh like buku a lot. I'm not going to take it to the planet, because that is not going to work out so well, because these thrusters do not do good on the planet. Ion thrusters are not good on planets. So some of the ships that I will be showing you guys in the, you know, the ship spawning tutorial, you're not going to want to take on the planets, because again, they have these ion thrusters. But these used to work good, but you know, several updates ago they changed it to where they don't now. So okay, and so this one's getting full. So yeah, 45,000. So okay, so you guys can see how quick and easy you can get, because trying to do this by hand is going to take forever, especially at like 8,000 or 4,000 kilograms or whatever it is that you can carry on your person. And so yeah, this is not going to be so good for that. So, or you know, doing it in person is not going to be so good, because it's going to take you forever. But doing it with the ship, you can get a lot really fast. So I think that's actually the moon. I don't know why it's so differently shaped, but I think it's the moon. So I will be finding that out pretty soon when I do some exploring and stuff. So I'm gonna go and see if I can find my ship. It should be just right up here. And of course, try not to wreck it or anything. I worked way too hard on this bad boy. So I'll probably end up putting some more landing gears on and stuff like that, so I can, you know, land on places a little bit better. So this is the driller. This is the Fudge 3004, and I'm gonna yeah, land this guy as best as I can. Probably put on some landing gears first so I can make it easier to land. And this is Space Engineers, And just wanted to say thank you guys for joining me on this adventure here with this ship and stuff and seeing what all we can do. And you can adjust the settings for the gyroscope if they're too strong for you and stuff. So, don't be afraid to. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you for joining me here. And, so I'm going to be doing a lot of drilling and stuff and getting some resources, and then we're going to eventually build like a base and stuff like that. But what I thought too is what I would do is maybe load up some mods and stuff for cargo ships so we can start getting some of those, and I will end up like building a grinder and or welder so that way I can get some of that stuff done, because you guys need to see how to do that too. So alrighty, well, thank you for joining me, and you guys have a great day, and we will talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.